Hey, Greg, we can't hear you.
Oops. Okay, so Greg's always learning. Thank you for letting me know. So I'll try to make the chat a little more brief. Anyway, continuing on with the thought, and the thought was a line from scripture that is weird. Many are called, but few are choosing. So I always thought that line was arbitrary and partisan and somewhat unfair, as if the universe selects certain people and bestows upon them the blessings. They're the chosen ones. And I always thought there was a misinterpretation of the ancient scripture. And really what the line is supposed to say is many are called, few are choosing. Now that resonates with me because many are called, few are choosing means that everyone is being invited to the party. Everyone is getting their own individual beam of love, light, truth, beauty, life, etc. And this leads me to a thought of mine that's always been important to me, and that is the signal is always being sent. The signal is always being broadcast to each and every one of us. We as spiritual beings, but also organic physical beings, have a variability in how much of this signal we can receive and translate and express into the conditions of our own life. Some are better at this than others, it seems, because they are choosing. They're choosing to be good receivers of this signal. They recognize the signal as being sent to everyone equally. Now, it's quite possible to be a very poor receiver of this infinite signal, because again, a deep belief of mine is that our brain is not the producer of consciousness, it's the receiver of consciousness. This is such a revolutionary flip of worldview that it changes lives literally overnight when we begin to realize we are receivers of consciousness, and that since signal is always being sent, we have access to an unlimited amount of this life force, this truth, beauty, love, animating energy that powers us through our day. And as we look out into our day, we can see people who are receiving very little signal. They're basically playing the same song over and over and over and over again, and it can get pretty stale and static. And other people are receiving so much signal, and they've developed so much capacity to express it, that life is lively and fun and interesting. And they're people that are fun to be around. They're vital. There's something new. It's worth listening to their signal. And the question then becomes, how is it exactly, Mr. Guy who doesn't know how to turn his microphone on, how do you receive more of this signal? Well, I think that's really a good question. And we'll always talk about that, but clearly meditation is one way, but there are a host of other ways. Anything we do that breaks up our stale patterns, going someplace new, meeting a friend, eating something different, exercising in a new way, learning a new language, anything that shakes things up keeps us lively translators of this wonderful signal. Another great way to do it is to be of service to someone else. The universe is loving and always looking for eligible people to push extra signal through so that they can be of service and help someone else. Oftentimes when we're most bound up and jammed up and feeling miserable ourselves, the tendency is to withdraw into ourselves. And that's exactly how we cut off the signal, by finding somebody else and paying less attention to ourselves and carrying them some love and light, or just listening, or just helping out somebody who needs help is the quickest way to restore our own receipt of this signal. So today, as you go out in your day, just remember you listening to this is receiving literally an infinite amount of signal. You as an organic creature are receiving how much you're receiving, and there's always more. If you seek it, if you make the receipt of it, and if you make the experience, the expression, and the expansion of the signal your number one imperative, then you will always inevitably express more of it, get more of it, have more of it, enjoy more of it, share more of it, and have life to the full. Thank you for sticking through the microphone thing, and get lots of signal today, you guys. See you tomorrow.